Welcome back to It's New. Barry Schwartz here. I'm not in as good of a mood as I was yesterday because Mordy is back. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to say those things out loud.
Like a roach. Like a roach.
But it's all good. We have Shep and we have Crystal to balance everything. So thank you guys for being here as always.
Where's Greg?
He's on vacation.
Oh, I heard he's dead. Greg is dead.
Why do you keep saying that?
As soon as you guys do like a search for his name, and then it'll be like his like date of death. You know, they used to do that. Google used to make those
He's
mistakes.
thriving. He climbed a mountain yesterday.
Oh my god!
If you play yesterday's episode backwards, it says Greg is dead. Greg is dead. Greg is dead.
God forbid. All right, Morty, these jokes are just over the top. I'm sorry. Then again, Morty, what are you talking about?
Looking to find out what's going on and make conclusions and draw conclusions about the core update that's going on right now. Google has one word for you. Don't.
Okay. Can you top that, Shep?
I can't. But fear not, Google Ads advertisers, because audience insights will not be out of sight for much longer.
That works. And Crystal?
Can you ask about what Condé Nast is doing with OpenAI?
And I'm going to be pretty AI overviews. Are they impacted by core updates? And a little bit about discovered, currently not indexed. Play the music, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, so I was complaining about this to Crystal earlier today, is why I took this story, because I'm very angry about all this stuff. John Mueller said, hey, you're looking to draw conclusions and make changes to your website based on what you're seeing after, minute 3 of the August 2024 core update. Maybe you should wait for the entire update to actually finish rolling out, so you can sort of see what's going on and separate things out. Maybe there was the ranking bug. Maybe it's the core update. Maybe it's a gazillion different. Who knows? Wait till it's done. I know everyone and their mothers is going on social media and drawing all sorts of conclusions and hypotheses that okay, great, this happened. Hold your horses. Because what I was showing Crystal this morning was when you look at the health niche right now at the keyword level, which is why, by the way, the SEO tools look at the keywords, you can see there's overall a lack of volatility relative to a niche like the finance niche, which you look at the keywords in that vertical, it's a nightmare. There's been insane levels of volatility for the last month. You can see it there, all the lines are all over the place, and you look at this thing my mind's going to explode. And you want to draw conclusions what's happening in 3 days? I'm sorry. Are we still does that still need to be a conversation? That sounds insane. Are we that stupid in this industry at this point? I can't. I'm done. I want to be dead.
All right.
I want to be dead. I want to join Greg.
Put yourselves in the shoes of somebody who saw their traffic drop by 90% on August 15th, August 16th. What do you want them to do?
I understand that.
Answer, it's okay. I'll just wait a month and see what happens.
No. I understand that's messed up. I'm not saying that's not messed up. That is messed up.
Who's messed up?
But we live in a volatile world.
I get it. No, it doesn't. Okay, so there's two sides, I think. One, somebody was hit by this core update on the 15th, 16th of last week, and they see huge declines. They might be freaking out. Two,
yeah, I'm not talking about them. I'd be freaking out too.
And then there's two others. One is I saw nothing, and I'd be like, they're asking me, are they safe? I'm like, I wouldn't call yourself safe. We've seen updates that at the end of the tail end of the update where sites get nailed. And then the third is the ones that saw a increase. Are they going to continue to see increases? We don't know. So yeah, it doesn't make sense to pull the emotion out, like Morty's saying, and not jump to any conclusions. But if you did see your business drop and you have no orders, and you used to get 100 orders a day, you have to fire everybody in your warehouse tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about a situation where you saw a few keywords go up, a few keywords go down, or some stayed the same and some went down, or you lost some rankings and it's bothersome and troublesome, but it hasn't been a killer for you.
So I do think when you look at the higher level stuff like SEMrush, like you do with those reports, yes, you're right. But if a site gets hit by a core update, they are not just seeing a couple keywords get hit. They're demolished. It's hard for these sites. Most of the sites that get hit.
I think that depends though. Anyway, okay, fine.
We're fighting.
This is why Greg's on vacation.
I'm glad we are
letting it roll out, and he'll see what happens when he's back.
right? And just
Right.
pick up
And,
the
then,
pieces.
and to make everything work, the whole ranking bug confuses everything. So yeah, I mean, generally what I would say with the core updates is that yes, if you see in the first few days significant changes, you're screwed. But when this ranking bug happened at the same time, it's really hard to say that. So
Yeah, but there are
I think
reversals at the tail end. There's always that tail end spike of volatility, and a lot of times
sometimes, yes.
it switches back.
Sometimes yeah, we've seen it more recently, I think, where that has happened, but in the old days, it never happened like that. It was like, you're screwed if you got hit right away.
Yeah, but this show is called It's New, not It's Old.
True. And one more thing that's new is that, well, it's not really new, but it is new for AI overviews because AI overviews are generally new. If your site got hit by a core update, it's more likely that your AI overviews also will be hit. Just like with Google Discovered, feature snippets, rich results, and other search features, if a core update hits your site, Google decides your site is not quality enough to show in the Google core search results. It's more likely that also that you no longer will rank well for AI overviews and the other search features. That's something that Glenn Gabe actually showed a chart of a site hit using the zip tie data. Google has not confirmed this publicly, but Google has confirmed this across other search features. So it goes without saying that it probably is true.
I think that also goes to like just some of the knock-on effects of a core update. If, for instance, you have backlinks with a few sites that were hit by a core update, it might not necessarily be that like something you did on your site was an issue, but it might also be that like your link profile changes because the value of those other links, like I don't know, like there tends to be a knock-on effect that isn't always exactly to do with like something you did on your site. So I think that my general approach when these things happen is to like pay attention to your data, read your data really, really thoroughly, and like know what's going on and try to see, like do a deep dive. But it always works to do it after everything's sort of settled a little bit. And when there's as few variables as possible, which is impossible to deal with when there's bugs and new AI overviews and new things happening every day. So good luck, everybody.
Right. And then one way, I mean, there was a nice video from Martin Split yesterday on the Google Search Central YouTube channel about the discovered currently not indexed report that you see in Google Search Console. And it's like, why do people see that? Why do people see that in their report? And main reason is quality. So if you do see that and you see a lot of your pages, a significant number of your pages are doing that, it could be a server issue where your server's not serving up the pages fast enough, or maybe just a timing issue. But generally, if it lasts for a long time and your server is fast, it's probably related to Google not trusting your site enough for it to actually to actually index those pages, even though they crawl them. So just keep that in mind. That can also help you with core updates if you correlate the two. On that, let's move on to the ad news. Shep, what do you got for us?
Sure. Well, last week, Melissa Mackey posted on X that audience insights were missing from the Insight tab, which is a big bummer for a lot of people because it was a good place to do research into audiences, and maybe you could find how certain audiences like Google native, affinity, and in-market audiences interacted with your campaign, and you could apply those learnings from like a search campaign to a display or video campaign. It was a really cool little feature that you could use, and it was missing. I noticed it was missing from some of my accounts too last week, but Ginny Marvin, the ads liaison, replied today and said, "Fear not. They are not being removed. The team is aware of the issue that it caused, and that caused it to stop showing in some accounts and is working to address it. So we're not going to lose them long term, which is good news."
For you. All right. Yeah, the ad side has been having lots of bugs. It's just insane.
Yeah.
But that's good to know. Thanks for sharing that. And then, Crystal, you have some AI topics you want to talk about.
Yeah, so I'm really fascinated by this deal that Condé Nast have made with OpenAI. So one of the reports came from Wired, which is actually owned by Condé Nast. So I've looked it up on another website as well, to see some of the discussion that's been going on there. And basically, the deal gives OpenAI access to some of the archives that Condé Nast has with things like the New Yorker, Vogue, and Wired, and some of their other things as well. So it gives them access to some of the archives and some of the text owned by the publishers, which are necessary, and this will help them to train ChatGPT. And also, it says will also help them for finding real-time information. What I read between the lines from that is that they may very well have access to a feed or two feeds from that content, which is really useful. So this is something that we've seen from Google with Reddit. So when Google made their deal with Reddit, they essentially got a Firehose API sort of access to it, and they were able to show real-time content in the SERP in the same way they were doing with Twitter for years, and they were able to show that in the SERP. I think that ChatGPT is looking to do something similar with all of the masses of content that Condé Nast has across their various different publications. One of the things that it says, Condé Nast CEO Roger Lynch said that this might help publishers sort of balance some of the revenue that they've lost over the years with with the incoming technologies and trying to monetize in lots of different ways. So I think we might expect to see more deals like this. One of those, if you can't beat them, join them, because like the New York Times, for instance, has sued OpenAI for previous usage. So it might be interesting that we might see more of this kind of thing in the future.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my check from OpenAI for my site. So I'll let you know when I get it.
I smell lawsuit.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for being here. We're back tomorrow with more It's New. Everyone have a great day. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.